Declaration of Rights and Grievances. It was written on October 14th, 1774. It declared taxes on colonists without their consent were unconstitutional. It was written in the Independent Hall. They threatened boycotts and protests in its underlying message. They said no taxation without representation. They sent this off to King George, but he just ignored it.
In 1767 and 1768, a man from Pennsylvania penned 12 letters and sent them to Parliament. This man is John Dickinson. He declared that the British's ability to tax specifically America without America's consent or representation was unconstitutional. These were written under the name of the farmer. He sent them to Parliament and King George, who quickly ignored them. But people like Benjamin Franklin and other printers found these letters and mass printed them around the colony. These letters were mass printed in every colony, and people started getting this sense of revolution and rebellion.
In the years after the letter from a farmer, multiple acts were passed that made things worse for the colonists. The Boston Massacre happened on March 5th in 1770. A bunch of drunk colonists walked up to a British place and exchanged some bad words between them. They threw rocks and snowballs at them to try and make them shoot. Someone yelled fire in the crowd, and the squad fired on them. The first person to die was a freed slave named Cispus Etux. So the soldiers fled and got arrested and put before a British judge, but were found innocent. This caused anger in the colonies.
The Olive Branch Petition was written to King George III in 1775 by John Dickinson. The Patriots hoped that peace could be restored between the colonies and Great Britain. However, King George dismissed the petition without reading it, which angered the colonists even more. Common Sense was a pamphlet written by Thomas Paine in 1776. It advocated for American independence and turned many colonists against Great Britain.
In the year following Common Sense, war started breaking out between the Americas and Britain. The Continental Congress met in Independence Hall and penned the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. This was written by Thomas Jefferson, a delegate with the Constitutional Convention. He got many ideas for writing this from French philosopher John Locke, who had ideas about natural rights and liberty. Back to the signing. It was signed by every member of the delegation, but John Hancock wrote the biggest signature to prove to Britain he was not scared of them. But Britain seemed to be very angered by these ideas of liberty.
Hold it! His Majesty's secret government monitoring of your writings and correspondence has revealed widespread use of suspicious keywords such as independence, inalienable rights, and liberty. The Federalist Papers were a series of essays written between 1787 and 1788. There were 85 essays outlining how the government would operate in the new America. It was written in several New York newspapers to persuade voters to ratify the new Constitution.